Hey y'all, this video will be about childhood sexual abuse. One of my books that I wrote 2 years ago, the title is Child Molesters Are Evil by Davis-Bedrick. Look it up on Amazon. Obviously, we all know that child molesters are evil. The main verse about this is Jesus said, "If anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better if a millstone were tied around his neck and he were drowned in the depths of the sea." And Jesus said that verse being he, but there are women child molesters too, which is crazy to think of, but it happens. I'm pretty sure that my son was possibly sexually abused in some way by his grandma, my ex-mother-in-law. I don't have proof necessarily. It's just something that I felt like God was telling me. So I stopped letting her babysit. Which did cause the breakdown of our family, because then you could say you break up with the guy's mom, you're going to break up with him. So that's basically, that was the beginning of the end for us. And it's really sad because this would be my third family that has disintegrated based on possible childhood sexual abuse. My first one was my original family. My dad attempted to rape me when I was 6. And I was taking a nap with him. He kept pulling my underwear down. And I still remember it. I was 6 years old and I saw that he had a boner and he stuck his penis between my legs, but I jumped out of bed. And later my mom came home from getting groceries. I told her, I said, "I want to tell you about something yucky." I said, "Daddy stuck his pee-pee in my private," and she said, "Well, did it hurt?" Because, I mean, I don't think she laughed, but anyways, that was her question. But then she called Focus on the Family and told them as a prayer request to pray about that situation. And the guy on the phone said, "Well, I'm a mandated reporter." So he reported it. My dad went to prison. He was sentenced for a year, and they said that he did a lewd act with the child rather than attempted rape. But it was attempted rape. And anyways, he got out after 6 months based on good behavior, because he made his bed every day? I don't know. But my whole life, I've been kind of bitter about that. Anyways, then recently, this was like 12 years ago, I got a call from a police officer saying that he sexually molested more kids, that he was taking showers with his step-grandkids. So the officer was like, "Okay, so he got it taken off his record, what he did to you. Can you make a video?" Which was actually my very first, no, it wasn't my first. It was my first talking YouTube video that I ever made. And this was 12 years ago. So I made a video, like a long 20-minute video about everything about him. And then they put him away for 10 years. And then recently he got out and he wrote me a letter that my brother texted me a picture of, and it said something in the letter like, "I know it was because of you that I got put away for more time." And he said something like, "I just want you to know I forgive you." I didn't write him back, but if I did, I would have said, "You forgive me?" No. Like, well, maybe if you wouldn't have done that in the first place, you wouldn't have ended up in prison. It's like my mom, she used to like yell at me and scream, and then she would be like crying and apologizing, and she'd be like, "I'm so sorry." And I'd be like, "Well, maybe you shouldn't do it in the first place, and then you don't have to apologize, you know." But she had a lot of anger my whole life because that happened, you know, and I'm sure she partly blamed herself. Because when I was a baby, my dad told her I probably shouldn't be giving Elizabeth baths. That's my birth name, Elizabeth. And a normal mom would have been like, "Oh, okay, yeah, then don't give her baths, I'll give her baths." Like, why was he giving me baths in the first place, you know? Watch out for bath time with your kid. Watch out for who's giving them a bath. It should only be the mom, and hopefully the mom is trustworthy. And I will just say, I think every woman who gets pregnant, God knows that he can trust that woman with the baby, but don't trust anybody else. Nobody else should be giving your kid a bath besides you, the mom. You know, I don't care if the dad offers. It's nice to get help. But don't trust anybody but yourself, mothers, to give your kid a bath, because that's where it all begins, apparently. Anyways, there's the movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler, and he gets this kid that he basically tries to adopt, but it's his friend's son. But he's giving him a bath, and he puts him in a swimsuit, and the kid's like, why am I wearing a swimsuit? And he's like, I don't know the rules about adults and kids and being naked and all that. But seriously, like, you gotta be careful with stuff like that, you know, like, you don't want just anybody being around your kids or, you know, giving them baths or whatever. Like, you just gotta you gotta protect your kids, you know. And one trait of child molesters is they want to be alone with the kid. So, and if anybody, and it's so annoying because it's like you don't know who you can trust and who you can't. But don't let anybody be alone with your kid besides you, mothers. And hopefully you can trust yourself, you know. That's why it's good that all mothers really seek God, become Christian, pray, work on their heart, having a good heart. But yeah, don't trust anybody, you know. And it's sad that that's the world that we live in, that you can't really trust anybody around your kid, but that's the world we live in, you know. It's really sad. It's really sad. And I blame porn, you know. I think like everybody, probably 80% of the population are severely addicted to porn, meaning they watch it more than 5 minutes a day. I will say there was a time in my life where I was watching it 5 minutes a day, but I will say anything over 5 minutes, you got a problem. Like, you got an addiction. Obviously, it's not good to watch it at all. I feel like it's a gray area as far as if God is really mad about it. I feel like it all depends on how you watch porn. Anyways, if you do watch it, don't watch gay porn. Definitely don't watch child porn, because that, I mean, I think that's like the source of all this childhood sexual abuse. Like, I always wondered, why in the heck did my dad get like that? Like, my parents were going to church every day. You know, they were doing door-to-door evangelizing. So what happened? I don't know. He was probably addicted to porn. He was probably watching child porn for all I know, you know? I don't know. I mean, I always said it was because he had demons, you know? Anyways, watch out for demons. Go look up the song Demons by the group Imagine Dragons. It's a good song. God loves y'all. God bless. Bye.